Hello everyone, and welcome back to TechBlock. Today we're going to be doing kind of like a setup tour video, going over the secondary setup in my room, which is this wonderful thing here. You've probably seen it in many of my videos already, and I've kind of made a few videos about the desk and stuff and a few of the other peripherals that are in this setup. But yeah, we're going to be going over like everything in this setup today and why this is even here in the first place. Like, why do I need this setup as well as this if I'm the only one in this room? So I'm kind of go over like all that stuff in this video here. But before we do any of that and before we do the whole setup tour, I do have a product that I think I bought myself. I'm pretty sure I bought this myself. Orky. It's a touch control LED lamp. All right, we're going to be unboxing this guy and adding it to this setup right here, because there's kind of like a, you know, some empty space over in this corner of the desk, and I'm thinking that this LED lamp is going to look pretty cool sitting in the corner of this setup. So let's unbox this guy. All right. So Orky touch control LED lamp. I don't know if we need a knife. I hope we don't. I've never unboxed this, so I have no clue what this thing even looks like in person. And to be completely honest, I've kind of forgotten how this thing even looked like online, as I bought it quite a while ago, but I've just never gotten around to like making a video about it. So, right, let's see how it's even powered. Okay, just a normal like DC power port, I guess. Pretty cool. This will just plug into, you know, the wall. Pretty nice. Right, we have a manual as well. Use manual touch control LED lamp. Anything useful in here? A power supply port, yeah, lamp cover, touch sensitive control panel. Is it on the side? Is it on the bottom? How will we control this lamp? I don't have a clue. We have, what the heck is this? Oh, 24-month product warranty. That's good. Thanks, Orky. That's good to know that, you know, it comes with 2-year warranty. Is this how you meant to unbox it? Just kind of like wiggle it until it, what the hell? Oh, all right. Well, it came very well packaged, I'll tell you that. There's no way this arrived damaged in any sort of way. It's impossible. Look at this freaking packaging. This is amazing. Wow. For a freaking LED lamp. Damn. Okay. By the looks of things, we got like, I guess, an aluminium body down here. The rest of this thing is plastic though. Does this thing come off? Okay, maybe not. Right. I mean, there's really not much to do. You're gonna plug it in. There's Orky, there's a little logo, and I'm guessing some kind of LED light that might, you know, light up there. Maybe that's how you control it. I really have no clue. I have no clue how to even use this product, but we're gonna plug it in. Yeah, I luckily have one spare port. There we go, it's plugged in. And nothing's happening, all right. Is this the touch sense? Oh, okay. Ah, oh. Okay, so there's a little thing here that when you tap it, wait a minute, this whole thing. It's the whole bottom piece. I see, okay. Right, yeah. Oh, what? Right, so now it's going into like a spectrum cycle throughout all the colors. You can barely see that on camera though. Right, hopefully that's a little bit better for you guys. What happens if we tap it again? Okay, apparently nothing. Do you have to hold it with 2 fingers or 1? Okay, so 1 finger. Now, by the looks of things, I think it has 2 lighting modes to choose from. One being, you know, like a normal night light that you can tap, increase or decrease the brightness. And then if you hold it, it goes into this mode. Long touch the panel about 3 seconds to go to rotation color mode, and then shortly touch the panel to go to a specific color mode. Or maybe if you like press it, it pauses. Okay, we pause it on green now. Then if we press and hold it again, would it continue? Huh. All right, I see how this thing works, I think. Right, so after quite a while of tinkering around with that lamp that we bought, it's all good. Let's get started with this whole gaming setup tour and what this is actually used for. So let's begin with the peripherals, of course. Right, so for the keyboard, we have none other than the newly released Razer Black Widow 2019 edition featuring the Razer green switches. So here's a little sound test for you. There's a little sound test for the keyboard, I guess, in case you were interested. And if you want to go watch my full video about this keyboard, press on the card somewhere on the screen now or in the link in the video description down below. Next up, we have a mouse and mouse mat combo. This here is the Razer Mamba Hyperflux mouse paired with the Razer Firefly Hyperflux mouse mat. It is the exact same mouse and mouse mat combo found in my main setup over there. This mouse basically sits on top of like a wireless charging pad, that being this mouse mat. Now this mouse has no battery inside, so it's pretty lightweight, and it pretty much just constantly stays charged wirelessly through this mouse mat. If you take the mouse away from the mouse mat for more than probably like, I don't know, 10 seconds, this mouse will stop functioning. So ideally, if you want to use the mouse, you know, keep it on the mouse mat or put it into wired mode as that is possible. So that's pretty much my main peripherals covered. As for the headset, we have this lovely piece of kit. We have the Razer Thresher Ultimate, I believe it's called, for the Xbox One. However, I've kind of reskinned it. Where the white pieces are on the headset, they used to be green, and I really wasn't a fan of that, so I've kind of skinned part of the headset white. And if you're wondering where the controller is for the headset, or the receiver I suppose, it's on top of the PC right here. It's this green thing that I can turn on and off. But yeah, that's the receiver, and it's now, Windows has now detected the headset apparently. Cool. So there's the headset, there's the receiver. It's pretty good, it's all wireless, and I can charge the headset via like a micro USB cable whenever I need to. Moving on, we have a phone charger here from Anker. This is more of like a stand instead of a charger, as clearly it's not plugged in. It's a wireless charger, but if I would want to wirelessly charge my phone, I could plug it in via micro USB. Also, I should probably mention everything in this setup today linked down below in the description. So if you see anything here that you like, feel free to check out the links in the description down below. From the peripherals to the server to the PC specs, everything's down below in the description for you. As for the monitor in the setup, we have the BenQ EL2870U. This is a 4K 60Hz TN panel. It's got HDR support, it's 4K, it's pretty nice. This setup isn't necessarily used for gaming. It can be used for gaming. However, I tend to not game on this PC. Instead, I game on the main setup over there. But this is mainly used for like, I don't know, photo editing, video editing every now and again. So whenever I'm rendering a video on this PC and I literally can't use it because the CPU is at like 100% usage, I'm gonna hop on this PC instead and do whatever I gotta do. Whether it's editing a video, editing some photos, sending some emails, I can do it all on this separate system over here. On top of that, it also kind of allows you to have like an extra set for YouTube videos and kind of like a nice spot to, I don't know, unbox keyboards and kind of set up separate peripherals and stuff on this whole separate setup. Instead of like messing with the peripherals here, changing them out and stuff, I'd much rather change the peripherals over on this setup. It's much easier. But yeah, that's kind of like the main use for it pretty much. And as for the other stuff in the setup, we have the Razer headset stand. It's like the plastic one that you get every now and again when you buy a Razer headset. They give you it for free. But as for the chargers and stuff we have on the desk, let me go over those. Right, so we have these two devices here. We have a battery charger, which I can show you now. By removing this battery and putting it back in. It's currently at 92%. Like, I guess you'd call this like, I don't know, a battery recharger. I've got a bunch of like Duracell rechargeable batteries here that are used for my microphone. And whenever I need to recharge the batteries, I pop them in here. It tells me how charged they are. And yeah, this is very useful for me, especially when recording audio for these videos. And then as for the other charger, we have a Canon battery charger for the camera that I'm currently recording this video on. So that's that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the chargers on top of the desk. However, I've recently added this little device over here. So this is a GoPro dual battery charger. I bought it on Amazon as I've recently invested in a GoPro for like unboxing videos and stuff. And this GoPro dual battery charger has been an absolute lifesaver. The GoPro battery is absolutely awful and it drains probably within like half an hour. So having a spare battery that's always charged is very handy. Now beside this dual battery charger, we have this thing. This is a FlexiSpot desk, by the way. The tabletop as well as, the table legs. This entire desk is from a company called FlexiSpot. They sent me this desk quite a while ago. If you want to go watch my full video about this desk, pressing the card somewhere on the screen right now. But to put it simply, this is just like a sit-stand desk. So we can, press this, the desk will go up in height. We can lower it. This goes up, I think, all the way up to like around 110 or 120 centimeters. So the desk really does increase in height. Like, it's freaking nuts. But I'm not going to do that now as it will probably rip apart my cable management. So at the moment, I don't have too much control on like how high I can raise the desk, as if I raise it too high, the cables here are going to be like ripped apart and stuff. It's going to be bad. It's going to be a very bad time. And just before we go over all the PC specs of this computer right here, let's go over the server. Right, so this here is a Synology DS1618 Plus. The server has a total of 6 expansion bays. I've only populated 2 of them though. Massive shout out to Synology, by the way, for actually sending this over. I've had it for quite some time now, and this has been an absolute lifesaver for all of my YouTube video archiving. That's primarily what this server is used for. Just like a backup server slash like a YouTube YouTube video archive server. If you'd like to know more about this server and my RAID configuration and stuff and the way this all works, press on the card somewhere on the screen now to watch my dedicated video all about this disk station from Synology. Now, I do plan on upgrading this to 10 gig networking pretty soon, but I think that might happen when we move out of this apartment. Right, so that's the server covered as well as pretty much everything else on this desk. Let's go ahead and take a look at the PC specs. Right, so this PC has a mixture of new components as well as rather old components. So the case it's sitting in is the Game Max Chroma case. I've made like a dedicated PC build video in this case like a while back, and we have like a TechBlock sticker in there as well as the Game Max, I think it's a 1050 watt RGB power supply. It's pretty crazy. It has RGB and all. It's pretty nice. As for the other specs of the system, we have I think a 250 gigabyte Samsung like 860 EVO, I believe. We have 16 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM running at I think 2133 megahertz. We have some pretty fancy RGB fans in here, two mounted on the radiator there. And if you're wondering what radiator that is and what liquid cooler I'm using, it's from Game Max. I think it's called their Iceberg 240mm all-in-one liquid cooler. So that's the liquid cooler there. And that all-in-one liquid cooler is cooling an Intel i7-4770 CPU. So that's the reason why we're on DDR3 here. This system is kind of outdated, mainly in terms of, you know, the motherboard, CPU, and RAM. This will be upgraded, I think maybe in the next couple months, to either a Ryzen system or an Intel system in a new case entirely. But yeah, that's currently what we're rocking. And as for the graphics card, we have the RX Vega 64 from Asus. That graphics card is an absolute beast, all right? It's by far the best component in this PC for sure. And I think the PC performance would be quite a bit better if we invested in something more current gen for the CPU. But luckily, I think we're going to be doing some new PC builds pretty soon where we will be getting a new CPU. So that's something to look forward to. This PC will no longer be like super outdated at least. But yeah, that's pretty much all the PC specs except the motherboard. I didn't tell you what the motherboard is. It's a Gigabyte Z97X Gaming 3. I bought that motherboard, I don't know, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. It's been a while. So that's the motherboard, that's the PC specs. They're a bit outdated, as I told you, but it is what it is. Like, I don't really game on this PC, however, you definitely can with the RX Vega 64. Even on a 4K monitor, this handles Civilization 6, for example, no problem whatsoever. CSGO, no problem. City Skylines, like all those games, it handles it really well. It's a freaking RX Vega 64. It's not a bad graphics card by any means. It's an absolute beast. I really like that card, to be honest. I really do. So that's pretty much going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. All the links to everything in this setup, including the desk, peripherals, PC specs, monitor, all that stuff down below in the description for you in case you want to go buy it yourself or just check it out, learn more about it. Up to you. And if you're wondering why I'm currently making videos about this secondary setup and stuff, we're potentially moving apartments pretty soon, so I'm going to be doing like a room tour and probably like a final setup tour for the main setup as well, just before we move apartments, if we do get that apartment. And if you're wondering like, why are you moving, dude? I need more space, dude. I've been living in this room for like 9 or 10 years. I think it's about time we move out. But apart from that, thank you all so much for watching. As always, hope to see you in another video soon. Goodbye.